Hello there, thanks for tuning into my channel and welcome back to Excel Island. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 plus ways to clean data sets in Microsoft Excel. And do note, I'll be using few rows and few columns of data to show you how to do this. But these tips and tricks work best when you have large rows and large columns of data and you need to perform data cleaning and data extraction. These tips and tricks will come in handy and make you work efficiently. So if this is your first time on my channel and you love to be a Microsoft Excel Pro with straight to the point tutorials, please do consider subscribing to my channel and turn on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop new content. Without further ado, let's get started. Hi, so welcome back from the short break. In this scenario, I have same text string here written in different ways. If you could see, I have a welcome to Excel Island written perfectly well. I have same text string but with spaces. Same here also with trailing spaces. You can see spaces here. Then this last cell, you will notice there are spaces here. So to get rid of those spaces, I'm going to be using a function in Excel called trim. Just equals trim. And what the trim function does is that it removes all spaces from a text string except for single spaces between words. Already the tab key. Now the trim function has only one argument, which is the text. You can either manually type a text string here or you make a reference to a cell. The best case is to make a reference to a cell. I select A1, I close the tab, I close the parentheses, hit enter. Boom, this works, no issue here. But when I copy the formula down using relative referencing, and this should work fine. You can see all the spaces in my initial text in column A is removed. So there you have it, trim function in Excel. So in this scenario, I have a list of students that have sat for a particular test. I have maths, English and science, but you notice I have some blank spaces here, or I will say missing data or blank cells. Let's say in this case I would like to fill this with absent. The student, they were actually absent. So to do that, all I have to do is select the whole data range, come to the home tab, editing, find and select. I'll go to special. So the go to special dialog box pops up. In this scenario, I could have easily typed it in absent, but imagine when you have large rows and large columns of data, you can't be doing that manually. So to do this, I'll select blank space. Immediately I select OK, and what this does is that it makes an active selection on all the blank space in the data range. I click OK. Boom, you see all the blank cells are selected. One quick note here, if I go back and click on it, I'm going to lose the selection. Actually, the cell is active right now. All I have to do is just type. So let me type absent. You see the cell is active. So all I have to do now is just hit Ctrl Enter and go to write absent in all the empty cells. Boom, you see that's how to solve that scenario. So there you have it. So in this scenario, I have numbers written in three different formats. This is actually a number. You can see 409, which is saved as a number, and you know that because Excel, when you type in a number, Excel brings a number to the right of the cell in Excel, while text starts from the left of the cell in Excel. And I have a number here. This is actually a number, and a number. You see these numbers are already saved as a text, and I can prove that to you. When I select this number now, I want to convert this number back to a text. And there are two ways to do this. I'm going to be showing you two different ways to do this. This is actually a number, no issue with that. And this is a text. How do I know that? You can see from the here, it's showing as text. So to convert this to a number, I'll have to do, I could just easily come here and click the double and select general or number. I didn't just go for general and convert back to a number. But this case is a little bit different. Let's do it again. You can see even though it's still in general, it's not still converted to a text, and that's because there's an apostrophe here, and that is an old trick that people usually use to convert number as text, especially when it comes to phone numbers. So to get rid of this, there's another way to do it. First thing first, I'm going to type 1 in any cell. So I'm going to be multiplying this one by this number that is saved as text. So to do that, all I have to do is Control copy, come to paste. I would like to paste it here. Before that, I'll go to paste special. So the paste special dialog box pops up. Then I'll click on this multiply. I'll be multiplying this one by this 409, and any number multiplied by 1 is equal to that number. So it's going to automatically convert this number to a text string. And I click OK, and boom, you can see it's converted to a text string. Super easy, super fast. So there you have it. Convert number save as text to numbers. Two different ways to do it. In this scenario, I have students that have started from some text as earlier before, but in this case I have duplicates. You notice there is a student called Sunday appeared twice, then Abib and Abi appeared twice. And you notice also that the numbers, the results, there are duplicates in the results. You notice that also. So to remove duplicate, there are two ways to do this. I'm going to be using conditional formatting, and there's a button called remove duplicates in Microsoft Excel. So to start with conditional formatting, all I have to do is select all data sets. From the home tab, go to conditional formatting. You come to highlight cell rows and you see duplicate values. Immediately I click this, watch what happens. See, all cells containing duplicates are selected, even names and numbers. So I can just leave it duplicates. I can just leave it in any color I want. I'll just leave it like that. I click OK. So you'll see that all the cells containing duplicate are highlighted, even though with numbers. But in this case, I only want it to be rows, to be by rows. So I'll use the second scenario. I'll Ctrl Z to get that cleared up. Select the headers with it. Yeah, so these are it to be. So remove duplicate dialog box pops up. As you see all the columns I have in my data set, the maths, student, maths, English and science, and it's as my data as headers. If I deselect this, it's going to just new column 1. It's going to take the headers as column also, but as part of the data set. I don't want that. I have it selected. Then I'll click on OK now. You see, it's going to say 1 duplicates values found and remove 9 unique values remain. And this is the case because I'll click on OK. You notice in Tunde, each row, the rows are so much the same with the math, this English and the science. But for this guy called Habib, his math is different from the maths here. His English is same, different from here, and his science is different from here. So in this case, it is very easy for me to remove the duplicate by rows rather than using the former one, the conditional formatting. So there you have it, remove duplicates. In this scenario, I have different companies: Excel Island, Excel Moments, Work with Our Academy, and my freelance HQ, and they have generated some revenue for 2019, 2020, and 2021 and the net income. So I calculated the net income margin just dividing the income divided by the revenue to get this. And you notice I have some div error here, div 0 here, and this is a pretty small data set. But when you have late data set and you quickly notice, okay, this cell I have some missing data here, so the revenue for the 2020 is missing. That's why I'm getting this div error. In this scenario, it's pretty easy for me to just come back here and fill in the data. But imagine when you have large rows and large columns of data, how do you do that? So in this scenario, I'm going to be highlighting cells that contain error to quickly see to my data where I am having error. So there are two ways to do this. One, I'll use what is called conditional formatting. So all I have to do is select the whole data set, the whole data range containing error, go to the home tab, conditional formatting, new rules. So the new row formatting row dialog box pops up. I'm going to say format only cell that contain. I'm going to be choosing errors here. I can give it, so I'm going to give it a few just to make it better. I'm going to press OK and I click on OK. And it's immediately the cells containing error is automatically selected for me, so I could easily sort through a large data set where I am having error. The second way to do this is to select the whole cell and use the go to special trick. So I will just select the whole cell from the home tab, come to find, then go to special. I can also quickly get to go to special by pressing the F5 button. So go to box pops up and I click on special, and here I have go to special. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select formulas. So when I select the formula, you have different options: numbers, text, logical. I'm going to select numbers, text, logical, and I will have the errors. When I click on OK, here's what's going to happen. So the cells containing error is active for me. So I could just type anything I like there, or I could just delete the cell. I just type delete. This let me just type and I hit Ctrl Enter to make it written in audio cell. Then, or I could just delete the cell. So there you have it, highlighting cells that contain errors. So in this scenario, I have student name written without consistent formatting. Rather, because I have this guy there, Toby, written in capital letter, all his other name in small letters, this capital letter also, and so on and so forth. So in this scenario, I could just want all the old names to be in lowercase, uppercase, or the actual proper case in Excel. So there are three different formulas we will use here. The first one is called equals lower, and what the lower does is that it converts all letters in a text string to lowercase. It has one single argument, the text. It could be a reference to a cell, or you type the text manually, but this time around let's do a reference to a cell. I'll just close that and hit enter. You see that it converts all the old text string to lowercase. I can just copy it down and boom. So same thing here, I want to have them in the uppercase, equals upper. Select the reference A2, hit enter and copy down, and you can see all of them are in uppercase. Now the best way to write a name is in proper case, where the first letter from the first name and the last name are in capital letter, and where the other names are in small letter. Here we type equals proper, make reference to the cell, hit enter. You can see written perfectly well. I can copy it down. Voila. So there you have it, up, lower, upper, and proper. In this scenario, I have a couple of addresses written together in a single cell, and I would like to separate each addresses by the street, the city, the state, and the country. And this will be looking a little bit tough to do, but you notice there's a consistency here. Each street is separated by a comma, then the city, comma, then the state, then the country. And this is pretty good to easily separate using what is called text to column in Excel. So to get it done, all I have to do is select the data, go to the data tab in Excel, and you come, you see text to column. Now select that, the text to column dialog box pops up, and it has 3 steps to do this. Number 1 is going to ask for the delimiter. So in this case, the delimiter here is a comma, so characters such as commas or tabs separate in each field. In this case, the delimiter here is a comma. I'm going to click on next. You can see this is the preview of the selected data. I'll click on next. Now I need to select the delimiter. Is it a tab? Nope. Is it a comma? Yes. I'm going to select a comma and deselect the tab. And if you have others delimiter, you could just select it here. I can just text qualifier here. So you will notice this is the preview of what it's going to look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 4 columns already prepared to have this separated from this single cell to 4 different columns. So I'll click on next. So and it's going to show me the data preview. So it's going to ask me the destination for the data sets. All I have to do is select this, or it's going to override this column. I'll just select this A2, B2, and select. You can see general, text, dates. I do not import columns, so I'll just leave it as general for now. I'll click on finish. You see the data is separated from street, city, state, and country. Super fast, super easy. So there you have it, text to column in Excel to separate addresses or different type of data in Excel. Alright, so in this scenario, I have a couple of data sets here written Excel is love of my life. Excel, you can see I spelled Excel wrongly here. and I spelled live very wrongly. So in Excel, it's pretty much easy not to know that you could do a spell check in Excel to see whether what you are writing or what you are trying to spell is correct. You know, everybody thought it's only in PowerPoint and Word, but I'm here to tell you that there's something called spell check in Excel. And to correct all this easily without having to do it manually, I just select the data ring and I hit the F7 key on my keyboard. Immediately I hit the F7 key, the spell check dialog box pops up, and it's going to look to my data and see where I've spelled something wrongly. All I have to do is saying not in a dictionary Excel. It's giving me a suggestion. If it is the right one, all I have to do is click on change. I move to the next one. Spell check complete. You are good to go. Okay. In this case, I didn't correct this line. You see, Excel is love of my line. It sees it to be correct, so in this scenario, it doesn't have any problem with that. But there you have it. Spell check in Excel. In this scenario, let's say you have a large worksheet with too much formatting and you love to clear all formatting once. So to do that, all you have to do is select the old data range. From the home tab, go to editing and select this. You say clear all, clear format, clear content, and so on. In this case, I want to do clear format. When I click clear format, here's what happens. See, it cleared the whole format from the data set. Super fast, super easy. I can just Ctrl Z to undo that. You can also clear all. If you clear all, it gets the whole data deleted. So let's just do clear formatting. You see, all the format is gone. I can just bring back my grid lines, in this case, to make my data. So that's all. Clearing formatting. In this scenario, I have a couple of students here who have started from some text. And in this way, I have a little lookup table here. All I did was to type in the student name, Toby and Tunde, and look for their value for marks. And I didn't specify which marks, it may be the maths, English, or science. In this case, when you have a close look, you notice it is the maths for both Toby and Tunde. All I did was using a combination of index and match to return the score for the maths of Toby and Tunde. In this case, I would like to return for English and science. And it's not possible to just go into my formula and start changing the reference. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to use what is called find and replace to return the new score for the English and the science. So to do that, I have the cell selected. I could just go to the home tab, find and replace, or I could just hit the Ctrl H on my keyboard. So the find and replace dialog box pops up, and it's going to ask me to find what. In this case, I'm going to be using the column headers to move from B to C to D. I'm going to tell it to find dollar and B and replace with dollar and C. What I'm actually doing here is that I'm moving from column B, in this case column B here, to C. So if I say find all, so it's going to find it, and I just say replace all. You see the scores are automatically all done. We have made 4 replacements. Click on OK. See, now when you look at the scores, we have 5164 here, Toby Tunde 5164. I could just do same thing to it. I could just move from C to D easily like that. Just say okay, find C and replace it with D. Okay, click on replace all. Same scenario, it moves from D to C. So that's one way to do that in find and replace. So you can also use find and replace to change the format from your worksheet. In this scenario, you could see I have a blue format here formatted. These headers, these formatters are blue. Let's say I want to change the format for all the cells in a single go. The best option is to actually select all the headers and just change it to another format. But we can also use find and replace, so in case we have a large amount of data set. To do that, I can just hit Ctrl H. The find and replace dialog box pops up. I will come to format. Now we are not going to find what place, but I'm going to use this format. We'll just say click here, choose format from cell. Now I'm going to select this format. So now the new format I want you to set it to, I'll just click this and change the fill of that format. I will choose on red, click on OK, and let me say replace all. You see, boom, audio format changed to a new format with a single click of the mouse. So there you have it. Find and replace also can do that for. The last but not the least trick I'm going to show you is I have this email here and I would love to have the username separated in one column and the service provider separated in another column. Now you could have say, okay, let's use text to column, but that's not going to work here as we did earlier on. You see, I have a little bit of challenge here. The usernames are pretty much different, sometimes different lengths for the usernames, you could see. So what I could do here, just use a combination of left. Okay, equals left, since I want to return the names from the word from the left hand side. And what the left function does, it returns the specified number of characters from the starting of a text string. Or the tab key. So the left function has two arguments, the text and number of characters. I'll select this reference cell, comma. Now here's where the issue is. If I specify for this Jennifer Margaret, the number of characters is 16. If I close the parentheses and hit enter, you see it's returned Jennifer Margaret. Simple, super easy, super fine. When I copy it down, I'll be having a challenge because there's inconsistency in the number of characters. So to get rid of that, I'm going to be combining this left with with another function called search. I'll just come here and write search, and what the search does is that you return the number of characters at which a specified character of a text string is first found, reading the left to right. Note, not case sensitive, so the search function is going to be working from left to right. Do take a look of that. When I click on search, it's going to ask me find what. This time I want to find this @ So once I find this @ I want it to return everything from the left of the @ So I'm just like in quotes, find @ So find the text, within which text, within this text. So once it finds the @, so after the @ I'm going to return everything from the left. That's where I've covered by number of characters. You can see, so my number of characters is a function of search. When I close it one more time, I hit enter, boom, it works fine. Pretty well. Let's see if it's going to work now. Boom, wow, fantastic. But you notice, you see I have this @ here. I really want to return the username without the @ So what I'm going to do is come back to my formula and actually type -1 to get rid of the @ When I close it, I hit enter, and boom, it's worked perfectly well now. Voila. So that is a combination of left and search. Same scenario. Let's say I want to return the Gmail, the service provider. You know, we have Gmail, AOL, Hotmail, and so on. We can also say, okay, let's use right function, right? Because we are starting from the right. You can say equals to right. Now the text, same text, but challenge is number of characters also. I could also, okay, since we did search the other time, let's do search again. Let's see if it's going to work. Let's search for the @ and return everything from the right. You agree? So let's search for @ within which text, within this text. Start number, let's ignore the start number. I'm just going to close it and hit enter. Boom, wow, it's not working. And the reason being that search works from left to right, while right from right to left. So we're having a challenge here in that scenario. That's why I'm having a challenge with the return here. So to do this, I'm going to be using a function called length. Now input within this medium, I'm going to call it equals len. What the len function does is I want it to give me the total number of characters from from this text string here. So once it gives me that, and I want it to minus it from from the search of of @ and return everything from the right after that. When I hit enter, this should work fine. Boom, you can see it worked perfectly well. And I click it, voila, you see we have the gmail.com, aol.com. So what is this doing is that once I have the length of the whole character, then I'll minus it from the search of from the search of @ and it return everything from the right for me. So there you have it, 10 plus ways to clean data sets in Microsoft Excel. If this tutorial was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to encourage me so I can do more videos for you every week. Bye bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.